What's up, guys? Professional dunker CJ Champion here, and today we're going to do something fun. Cole, why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself?
Hey guys, what's going on? Non-professional dunker here, Cole. And what else do I need to say? I mean, friend of CJ, friend of the world, lover of everything that's green and blue and white and other colors as well.
Lovely, perfect. Okay, so today Cole actually texted me. He sent me some two dunks, and I saw them, and I was like, okay, I want to go ahead and help him. And basically, this is something I do with my athletes who have the just technique package. We do technique breakdowns every single week, and Cole is a really good friend of mine, and I'm excited for his dunk journey at the moment. I feel like you haven't been super high level dunking in a minute. It's been a little minute. You've been having knee pain, you've been moving, a lot of things going on, and now it looks like you're back on track right now with jumping high.
Yeah. Man, hey, now I'm saying, sorry. Yeah, I mean, I haven't like jumped stupid high. I'll have my moments where I'll go like crazy, but I haven't jumped like crazy high in a while. I was able to
Go ahead.
virtually eradicate. Okay, my fault, bro. Hey, go ahead, bro. This is your show, bro.
Tell everybody, if they don't know who you are, like let them know what your vertical is and what kind of dunks can you do.
All right, cool beans. If no one knows who I am, man, like I said, my name's Cole. Cole. Spell it right. You know what I'm saying? But my vertical, I don't really know. I think it's somewhere low 40s, maybe like I don't think it's crossed. Like when I tested it, I never tested it at dunk camp, but I did test it at Isaiah, and actually this was Austin. I'm sorry, this was Austin's house. Austin's house, asphalt, probably tilted a little bit forward, so might be skewed a half an inch or so, maybe a full inch. But this was regular old Vert Tech in Crocs, mind you. And I tested it at 44, 43, 44
in Crocs.
In Crocs, because it was a day when I don't even know why I was over there. I was just kicking it with them, and they're like, "Let's just test our vert." And it just sounds like, you know what I'm saying, it sounds like a normal, I guess, Florida dunk group kind of day. Not kind of day, but like that was back when I couldn't do that. I can't do that on the regular.
I think I want to say your average. I bet you on your jump days when you are feeling good, I feel like you would average 45 inches. I think you can jump higher than that. So with that said, Cole jumps high. He is an off the dribble specialist. Let's really quickly go ahead and kind of break down his jump and the two dunks that he sent me that I am excited about. Let me change this over to thingy.
Dunks I've hit, by the way, since CJ cut me off because I was going on a tangent. East Bay, probably the best one. 360 windmill, 360 scoop. I also dunked my never mind.
How many East Bays?
That was about it. A handful of East Bays. Probably I did a handful probably.
Okay. All right, let's look at this first one real quick. He's back to working on East Bays, okay? And we have a glorious front rim. Something I want to point out, and this is just not relevant to what you wanted to talk about, but you have an insanely like really good jump technique for off the dribble. I feel like this is the technique people would want to model after. Like you are the epitome of a good 2-foot off dribble jumper. You can't see the full approach here. You can't see the full approach here, but I want to say you accelerate super well. The ball path here on the penultimate and then on the pump, everything is really good here, especially your penultimate. Look how long it is. That right foot, I think, is maybe on the free throw line or behind the free throw line potentially. And then for those who are at THP, something that you might want to pay attention to is we can't see toe off, but I've seen it before in other videos. When you're toe off penultimate, that angle with your knee and your shin right here, this is a really, really, really good angle. We have zero braking happening here. And then we're gonna come forward. We're gonna look at once that left foot comes down. Once we have the heel here, you're just about knee to knee, you're spending really low amounts of time on the ground on takeoff. So for an East Bay, that is like still super, super, super good for technique. Anyway, that's out of the way. Let's look. Let's look at what's happening here. We're going to start with, we have a really strong, solid pump. I think that's good. I think your hand positioning is really good too. Your right hand is like just about on top of the ball. It's tough to see. I know it's
Yeah,
it's blurry,
yeah.
but your hand is on top of the ball. I mean, I could zoom in.
You can see a hint of my skin color on top of the ball.
Yes, there is a hint of skin color here. So what you're doing with your hands, I think, is solid here. And then even the transfer, that's efficient. There's some space here, but that is a good amount of space. Even the angle where your leg is at here, your leg isn't like too straight or anything. It's at a strong angle. We have a lot of 90s here. There's one, there's two. That's pretty good. And I think something too that's also super important is
you talk about
you see something. He sees something now.
he's talking about the push through.
Well, the push through, yeah, the push through, we might be able to see more. It's a bit invisible. We can't see what your right hand is doing at this point, but it's always good to push through hard to get a really good transfer and quick transfer. And something that you do really well is the motion, the direction that you're pushing the ball. It's side to side, and I think for standard jumpers like you and me, side to side for an East Bay is super important compared to a lot of people might push it more underneath their butt, and you're pushing it side to side, which is great.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
The only situation when I have ever pushed it between my butt, and here's what helps me out really well. Shout out Austin Berkey, the Burke Master. He taught me this. It was a while back ago. I think it was around COVID. He told me to keep my chest proud and facing the wall, like perpendicular to the rim. And whenever he would do that, it kind of like helped me, because obviously if my chest facing the chest is facing the rim, my hand's gonna have to go underneath my balls, or like, you know what I'm saying, or my butt. So
chest positioning is big. That's my first cue to get people to push the ball side to side. A lot of times people might be like chest kind of facing the rim, and then that will really mess up the transfer. I wonder where Burke got that from, because I've been telling people that for years too. I wonder if I told him that too.
He said he doesn't remember telling me that, but like
I tell every year at dunk camp, I tell everybody that, and it's a really, really big cue. But that's a good one. No, that is a good one. So for the most part, right, everything that you're doing with this East Bay is really good. And for the average person, you're not the average person, but if the average person was trying this, this is what you want your East Bay to look like, pretty much. Now, something that I noticed, the only thing that I see is, I think from here, from this position to the finish position is slow. That's the only thing. And something that might make it slow is the fact that maybe you're not pushing the ball straight up. Yeah, you're pushing it into your hand, and maybe you could.
Are you saying because I'm going around?
You kind of are. Yeah, you kind of are. You're trying to like get a good position. Like you're trying to get that left hand full contact, and you're taking a while to have it controlled, get the ball controlled in this position, when already at this point the ball should be way higher, I think. And then you're just slow to bring it up. But I think you do have good leverage. You do a good job at like pausing and trying to get leverage on the ball so you can bring the ball up with force. So it doesn't look bad. It still doesn't look bad. And that's still a good miss because we're front of the rim. Something that's actually really important too, and I learned this at camp, and I don't know, I haven't talked to you about this, but the ball that you use matters a lot, especially when you're getting your first dunk. If you're going for off the dribble and this is as close as you are to making the dunk, the ball makes a big difference, because if you had a slippery ball, it's possible that you could have squeezed it in. You really could have.
I would have put a gun in my mouth if I did that. I'm not taking that one.
Yeah, exactly. That is true. Yeah, and I know you want to punch it because you've been doing East Bays. That's another thing. Cole has been doing East Bays. He's just trying to get back to being consistent with it. So the other thing is, and you did pick this up. You know how far away you are from the rim, right?
Yeah, dude. I'm freaking look. You can just pause it right there, bro. I mean, yeah, you said slow, but look at me, bro. I'm leaning. You know what I'm saying?
You have to lean so much. I think, and that's the other thing with a lot of your dunks, you have an insane lean, and it's close to me wanting to say, oh, you might be blowing through your takeoff. I think for this dunk and a lot of other trick dunks too, I think something I might want to have you try and do just to experiment with it is you might have to cut your penultimate short. I want you to still maintain the same speed and everything that you can, because when you're going off the dribble,
jump closer to it. You know what I'm saying? I just might jump closer.
Yeah, you might just jump closer. You might want to spring off that block foot a lot harder and try and jump a little bit more vertical. So I think you're landing, at least for your penultimate, when you get these 2 feet together, I want to see it a little bit closer to the rim. I think I'd want to see you try that and try and stay a little bit more upright on the jump instead of cover too much distance. And I know that might turn into a lower jump for you because, like, for you to jump high, you need to like freaking right. You need,
dude, freaking. If I sent you other photo or other videos, these couple attempts. I mean, it looks like I'm flying in there, bro. But I'm like, it doesn't feel like it. And I was watching other videos of me where I would like. There was a couple videos during the session where I punched like a windmill, and I was like, and I kind of just like waltzed into it, you know. So in this situation, I don't think I waltzed into it. I think I was like in my head, and I was like, all right, I gotta go like a mug. Like I gotta start running. Which I could try a bunch of different things. I could be like, maybe if I waltzed into it, then I could, you know what I'm saying? But
nah, go like a mug. Go in there hard, but just block insanely hard and try and block a little bit closer to the rim and be a little bit more vertical. But go hard. Go hard.
The reason I was saying what I was saying was the fact that the windmill that I punched, my head was about like 9'6", 9'7", you know? And I mean, yeah, I do shoot myself a little bit up whenever I'm pulling myself down. Like my arms are going down. But regardless, and that was me kind of waltzing into it, like confidently. Okay, I'm like, I know I'm finna punch this. Like I don't got to worry about nothing. So it's I guess it's also, I mean, hey man, what do I know, dude? What do I know? I got a certificate. I got a certificate in this. I got a PhD now. You know what I'm saying?
You have a bachelor's.
You got bachelor's, and
we have the same degree.
We do have the exact same degree.
We went to the same school. We did the same thing.
We did do the exact same thing. You're absolutely right. We are virtually the same human being.
Sports and exercise science, kinesiology, for those who don't know.
Yeah.
And we went to the same school as Isaiah too. And Steven.
Steven, Austin, Zay, Cole, CJ. Yep.
Yeah. Shout out to University of Central Florida. Okay, so that's it for the East Bay. I think yes, you know what? If you want to waltz into it too, as you're warming up, go for it. Yeah. The being vertical, when you waltz into it, obviously you're not going to have as much horizontal distance. There's a larger window for you to potentially hit the dunk compared to when you are going super fast and horizontal. There's a smaller window, especially for speed jumpers who are 1-footers. I think that's really tough. Your windows of opportunity is so small. But yeah, the way you dunk, it is almost like you're a 1-footer with
I was thinking that, bro. Same session. It wasn't even a session, like it was in game, bro. It was in game. And I don't know what's wired inside of this like malformed brain of mine, but like this is on a fast break. And I had a completely open lane. My dumbass decided that would be a good idea to jump off from halfway between you see the big old block, so the massive block, one past that, halfway through that one. My dumbass thought it's a good idea. I didn't make the dunk. I got stuffed so hard, but like I didn't think. I was like, oh, I'm gonna do this. I was just like, no one's behind me. I was like, this is the best option. This is a good idea.
And nobody was behind it. I was gonna say it's a good idea. You have to jump early if you're gonna dunk on somebody, but
nobody was there, bro. I was like, I got to. It's a good idea. And I was like, and I got stuffed and I got absolutely murdered. But I mean, hey man. It's,
you know, it is what it is. Okay,
I can't go back in time.
That's okay. I'd be excited. You know, it's funny. We might do another call. Like, what if maybe you don't tell me your results and you have some sort of results from your dunks tomorrow. You should send them to me. I won't look at them, and then we could do another call and then see where we're at. Okay, I'm gonna move on though. Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your East Bays look great.
Thank you.
That's pretty much that's it. Get your block foot closer, get both feet closer on takeoff.
Oh, here's the.
And then yeah, so we're on behind the back. Let's look at behind the back a few times.
Yeah, land like a goober.
You land fine. It's you hung on.
I know I land fine, but I start running after it like a. I was like, oh no,
don't go. Okay. Yeah, you attack this one a little bit less hard, and I think that's normal for behind the back. The first thing I will say, I guess I'll say what you're doing fine. I think this is okay what you're doing with your hands. I think you talked about your hands earlier.
Yeah, yeah.
I think the pump is the right height, and your hand is still on top of the ball, so you're able to push through hard.
Yeah, yeah.
And
do you see it just slipping out from the left? So if I'm pushing so it's slipping out on the left side of my left hand, and from there I don't have control, and it just flies out like willy nilly. And also, I mean, I need to jump higher.
I think no, you don't need to jump higher. You definitely don't need to jump higher. With this jump height right here, you can crush behind the backs. It's not like if you can. It's basically the jump height of a windmill. If you can windmill, I think you can behind the back just about. Yeah, that might be controversial, but
I've never done behind the back, so I don't know.
If your head is like somewhat close to backboard, you can behind the back. So anyway, you have enough jump height for this. Like that jump right there was plenty enough. And getting it efficient is going to be important. So I think your speed is actually pretty good. Obviously, we're still having a little bit of trouble from here to the finish.
You're talking about that's the thing that I kind of have to break is also my same situation applies to my windmill. I would like I never think about any of my dunks ever in my entire life. But like the one thing I can think of is like Vince Carter used to drill it in my brain when I watch his YouTube videos about like just everything being beautiful if it's slow. You know what I'm saying? So like a slow big windmill where you just like, and so that's kind of the same situation where like whenever I want to do something, I got to make it like eccentric all the way out. So I kind of have to break that habit of like just.
Yeah, I agree with you. I agree with like yes, you eventually when you get good at the dunk, like windmills now, go slow with the windmills. Those are cool. I know you do slow-mo windmills and they're pretty cool. In this case, especially when trying new dunks, it's literally
you just gotta make it.
Yeah, rep out going as fast as freaking possible. And that's something you could practice as well. But in this case, I think something that might help is one, push harder with your opposite hand. It's always a good idea. Two, I think the direction of where you're pushing is going to matter a lot here. Something you could think about is when you're pushing that ball, honestly, you want to think about if your left hand isn't there, the ball should be hitting the ceiling. That's how hard you're throwing the ball. It should be like hitting the ceiling hard, not just like tapping it. The amount of force that you're putting into it literally is like you are chucking that thing as hard as you can. And that's one thing. And then another thing, which I think we'll look at a little more, is your hand positioning with the left hand here. So there's two ways of going about this. One is how Kilgannon likes to do it. He kind of covers the ball a little bit more. And I think that left hand kind of comes like as if, how can I explain it? It should be
Are you telling me to move it more to my left?
I think so, yes. Now, Kilgannon, he does get his hands underneath the ball pretty early, and it's very like it's under here almost. But people like Travis, people like Isaiah, people like me, my hand is on top. So my first contact, my hand is actually on top. And you know what? We're going to look at that. And I could be wrong.
All right, CJ, whatever, dude. Behind the back. He's like, oh, and by the way, guys, check this one out. Oh, and I got like 50 more of these I could do. Oh, Cole, let's go after Cole's. Yo, your left hand sucks. Your left hand sucks.
All right. This is Cole's left hand as well. So that's his offhand that he's trying to finish with. This this behind the back, I've done better. This is just the quickest first one I could find, and not actually efficient. But something we could look at is look how far away the ball is from
Yeah,
me. That's
dude. Yeah.
terrible. Let's look at T Curry. Let's just look
You
at
can
T
still
Curry.
make it, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Let's look at T Curry.
He's just like he's a freak, bro. He's a freak him.
Yeah. Um, something really important with this, if we see the positioning here, look at where T is and look at where you are.
Oh, he's that much closer?
Yeah, that's another big thing. I found with behind the back, if I'm covering a lot of distance, it's nearly impossible. It slips out every single time. And I can't figure out if it's because you're going forward and then it alters how you have to
Mm,
push the ball into your other hand. I don't know what
mm.
weird forces are happening there, but it makes it really difficult to get any kind of distance behind the backs.
Can I see his run up, please? I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah, yeah. When I do my run up for behind the back, I am literally jumping as if I'm going to do an elbow dunk, which is basically I'm underneath the rim
Yeah.
almost. Now he likes to go to the side. Sometimes I go to the side too. Sometimes I don't. But
I might need to go. Oh, that's so swag, bro. That's so swag, bro.
yeah, he jumps really close, and you can see too, like he takes off, we'll say right there, and then
Yeah.
he lands right here. So it's close. You cover so much distance from here all the way down to here. And I know you guys are both touching the rim, so that will cover even more distance. But that's a big, big, big difference. And then, so everything you're doing at the beginning here, look at the height of where you're pumping. He gets it to about head. You're a little bit under. That's totally fine. Some people pump it way shorter, and it still works well. We're gonna come through.
He has it extended out. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, he does. I extended mine out a lot too. But
He
look
just
at his hand. Look at his hand.
yeah. He's
That right hand.
yeah.
How it's covering
Are
the ball.
you talking about it's meeting it? Oh, okay, never mind.
Yeah, on the meeting versus your hand here on the first contact, your hand is behind the ball a lot.
Yeah.
And I want to see that
Yeah.
hand move over to the front a little bit more.
Yeah.
I do the same thing. So
Yeah.
if we look at me here, my first contact is my hand is directly like on the side of the ball, not behind, if that makes sense. And then again, your hand is, let me get rid of this here. Okay. Kind of behind and underneath. Now, I think Jordan Kilgannon method, I think he would say that's good. I'm pretty sure that's how he likes to do it. And then I think in this case, if you keep it this way, if this is what your hand does and you can't fix it, then you're gonna have to throw the ball more into the hand instead of trying to push it straight up. You're gonna have to really try and have good control in this hand here. And then you might have to rotate, because once you're in this position, once you have control of the ball, if you rotate your upper body to the left a little bit, then you have the better leverage and get your elbow underneath the ball to actually swing it through and punch dunk. So potentially this turns into a slingshot. If you keep this form up, you could turn it into a slingshot and then absolutely demolish behind the backs, and it would look insanely nasty. It might not be efficient. It might be slow, and that's the only thing. So there's two ways to go about it. You could keep this up, throw it into the hand.
Short game or the long game?
Yeah. Okay.
The short game or the long game?
Do both. Try both.
I'm definitely doing both.
Also notice how long
It goes
Curry,
after.
That left hand, it's letting go of the ball way up here. So that would be the same as your hand is just about getting rid of the ball, like almost in this position.
Yeah.
So
I just gotta have flexible shoulders, bro. I gotta stiff old shoulders, stiff back.
You do have bowling ball biceps if you want to, and your shoulders are huge. That's what I meant to say. But if you want to show the viewers, if you want to flex real quick, Cole is pretty jacked. Okay, well, no, there's the stomach.
They know. If they know, then they know.
If you don't know, you guys know now. He is jacked. So that's also, I've never taught anybody behind the back that's as swole as you are. So that is also something to consider. If this Tyler Curry method, if you physically you're not flexible enough to do that at all.
I'm sure I'm able to. So I can So if I could push all, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But
Okay.
like in the heat of the moment, it's hard for me to go like, bro, check it out too, bro. Check it out.
Oh, those are Jordan Sutherland's pants that he gave to me, and then I gave
Bro,
to
wait, bro.
Are you able to get
Oh
your
my gosh. If I pull, if I freaking like just natural positioning.
Yeah.
Natural positioning, no.
Interesting. So that's as high up as you can get that hand.
Yeah, maybe, bro. So I gotta start going like, bro, bro.
That could be it. So
It's
try
not bad, but
both.
I was.
I want you to try both. I want you to see if you can still do it the T Curry way. And then if not, he said no.
No,
So
I'm saying it's a rat, as in like, yeah.
okay, it's over. It is over. So tomorrow it's over. I still want you to try both. I like the idea of you doing what you're doing right here, but trying to get better control with your left hand earlier and push the ball into that left hand. So more of a side to side push instead of a straight up push.
Yeah.
And see how that goes. And again, you might have to rotate your body a little bit. It's not bad to lean too. That's going to help a lot, I think, with making the transfer super quick.
Are you talking about like the lean at the end?
During the transfer, I think, like, for example, here I'm slightly, it doesn't look like it so much, but it feels like I'm almost sideways in the air.
Yeah. I mean,
And then I jump really close to the rim. Jump really close. This could be one of those you could probably nonchalant run up and do it.
Yeah.
I think if you cut your approach, it'll be insanely close, or you could punch it pretty much. Get very vertical, way more vertical than the East Bay, and literally jump underneath the rim almost, and see if that itself could change the form too, because you're going to realize like, oh, the rim is right there. I don't have to reach as well. That might change your form, but I'd be curious to see how that actually looks and how it would. I wish I could be there to help you out.
I'll send you the videos. I mean, we can act like we don't know what's going on in the next video. You know what I'm saying? Oh, whoa, dude, you missed it or you made it. That's awesome.
Do you have any thoughts on this? Is there anything else that you might have picked up on that you're gonna try?
Nah. I mean, everything that you told me was super baller. I kind of like how you synced it up almost perfectly, as in like both of the jumps.
That's what I do. Okay, and you know what? Let me do an outro. So if anybody wants jump technique breakdowns like this, I do have a monthly service. You can actually email me, chirsjdunks@gmail.com. Link will be in the description. And yeah, you will get these breakdowns, and I will do these side-by-side things, and we'll go through it step by step. So if you're interested, email me. Cole, thank you. That was awesome. This was fun. I'm excited for you, and this might be a longer video. If you maybe we'll come back tomorrow, because you have your session tomorrow. What rim height are we on, by the way?
By the way, guys, my rim height is 9'10.5". All right.
Respectable.
The head coach says it's 10 feet, but he's a flat out liar, because the first day we were there, we brought this little trusty handy dandy tape measure. But yeah, so
shout out to the dunk camp.
Shout out to the dunk camp. Shout out to the dunk camp. I'm not really, you know what I'm saying? I'm not all that. I got the Home Depot, Walmart one, you know what I'm saying?
That works too. That works too. I'm just saying, dunk camp one, magnetic. These are great.
Yeah, the one's goated. Trust me.
Okay, cool. We'll end it there. So see you guys until next time.